Hello, everybody. This is Batman. I'd like to welcome you all to the Batcave for tonight's podcast.
Master Wayne, the Batmobile is ready.
Not right now, Alfred. I'm recording an intro for a podcast.
That's very well and good, Master Wayne, but you do realise I know who you are. You don't have to do the voice.
What are you talking about, Alfred? I'm talking completely normal.
You bloody well know what I'm talking about, sir. Just get on with it and get in this bloody Batmobile.
Right, well, Alfred wants me to hurry up, so I better hurry up.
And stop doing the bloody voice.
Welcome to Slapping Cinema.
Hello and welcome to Slapping Cinema. I'm Giles Hall.
I'm Rob Hughes.
Welcome to episode 6.
6!
We've done 6 of these in the
Bloody
space
Nora.
of almost a year.
Yeah, that's true.
I actually changed the Facebook status.
5 too many. Yeah, what?
The Facebook said a weekly voyage into cinema. No, I just put a voyage.
Yeah,
When you have the time and when we
Exactly.
have the time.
that's fair enough.
Well, it's been a while. It's been about a month and a bit. We'll start off with births, marriages and deaths. I can announce a birth
Go on
and a
then.
marriage
Go on then.
since our last show. George Lucas.
He got married.
He got married to Melody Hobson. He's 69, she's 44.
Well done, George. Has that
And
got something to do with your billions of pounds in the bank?
Well,
No, that's cynical. That is cynical.
it
of
is
me.
cynical, but he did give half of that to charity
Oh, good on him.
of his 4 billion.
I would have done that as well.
Yes, yeah. You don't need 4.
No.
You only need 2 to be an actual billionaire.
Yeah.
So he is an actual billionaire.
Well done, George.
Yeah, and they've just had a daughter. They got married in July, and they've just had a daughter last week
Oh, right. Something to keep him occupied.
named Everest. I think it's his first natural kid.
Right.
Because he was married before, and he's adopted tons of bloody kids.
All right.
And a few of them are in the prequels.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
all right, I see.
But as various different types of aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so well done, George.
Yeah, well done for
Yeah.
still having those swimmers.
Yeah, there's still life in the old
That's if
saber.
it's his. Oh yeah, it might not be his. Cynical again.
Okay, deaths now.
Go on then.
Eileen Brennan. Are you familiar with this actress?
Eileen Brennan.
She was in the film Private Benjamin.
Oh.
Was nominated for an Oscar with Goldie Hawn. And she was Mrs. Peacock in Clue.
Oh.
We talked about
We,
Clue.
we did talk about it.
But yes,
Oh,
she was Oscar nominated for her work in Private Benjamin.
Oh,
And
good for her.
I think she was 87 or something.
Oh well, she had a good innings.
She had good innings.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Also, American actress Karen Black.
Karen Black.
Do you know Karen Black?
Yes, I do, but I can't. I
She
know
was
it.
in Easy Rider.
Right.
Did a bit part in that.
Okay,
She
maybe I don't then.
Nominated for an Oscar for 5 Easy Pieces, another Jack Nicholson movie.
You don't want to be a woman and nominated for an Oscar at this point in time.
Yeah, well, in the 70s.
In the 70s.
In the 70s.
Yeah.
She was
Bo
in-
Derek shitting herself at the minute. I don't think she was ever nominated for an Oscar though.
She had Emmy nominations for her work in Nashville, the country western movie of the 70s. Again,
Yeah, yeah.
she was in Airport, 1975. that
Oh,
one.
no, oh, the one with Linda Blair in it.
And Charlton Heston.
Charlton's in it.
Oh my God!
Linda Blair. I felt. Why did I feel so bad that in Exorcist 2: The Heretic,
Yeah.
her tits were just amazing in it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, how old was she?
I'm trying to work out if she was old enough. I think she was.
She
yeah.
should have been if she
Yeah.
was being filmed.
Yeah, well, not you know she doesn't get them out, but she's got like a low cut top on,
Oh.
and they are fantastic. You know, breasts. As you were.
That's the best thing about The Exorcist too.
No. My
And
friend,
Richard Burton's.
my friend Carl's and I say it's the best one because it's so ridiculous. It's absolutely stupid. That's why it's the best one.
I thought this might be up your alley. I don't know if you ever heard of it. Trilogy of Terror. Karen Black was in.
Oh no, Is it
Where
American?
she gets attacked by a little like African Zulu doll.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do like the anthology films, but I haven't
It
seen
is.
that one.
It is. I think it was a made-for-TV thing
Right.
that they played in the 70s, again, but very Hammer horror-esque.
That's
If you
what I
ever
like.
ever manage to find it, I'll see if it's on YouTube.
Probably
or something
is.
Like that. But the scene where she gets attacked, it's like a precursor to Chucky. It was a little
Right.
doll that was attacking her, and it showed you like glimpses to begin with, but
Yeah.
eventually this doll starts biting at her fucking ankles and shit like that. It was terrifying. It scared the shit out of me. I watched it when I was like, I must have been about 8 years old, really late at night.
An impressionable age.
As a repeat on some cable television in the 80s. But it scared. It really left an impression. on me. That's how I know Karen Black.
That's fair enough.
From
I'll
that.
look that one up then. Cheers, Giles. Thank you.
And more close to home, Mel Smith.
Yes. I know Mel Smith, of course.
Just funny comedian
Of course he is.
and legendary. I mean, he did. You carry on.
He looks like
know
my
more than I
sister.
do.
Do you remember the old scene of him in Not the 9 o'clock news when he's playing drinking darts?
Yeah.
Or was it?
Yeah.
Well, he's got the same hair and same face as my sister when she was a toddler. That's the best thing. He was in National Lampoon's European Vacation.
Oh yeah, and they needed the translator to understand his Cockney.
Probably something. Yeah.
Yeah.
What other film? Morons from Outer Space, which was
Oh, yes, I
the
remember
vehicle
that
for him. Wilt,
I never saw Wilt.
which was based on the Tom Sharp book, again with Griff Rhys-Jones, his comedy partner.
Griff.
Griff Rhys-Jones has walked past my house.
Really?
Yeah, for his Rivers documentary.
Well, my sister
I didn't see him.
used to work for the BBC years ago in the costume department. She did a lot of the costume work for Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, the old TV
Yes.
series version of
Yeah,
that,
I remember
the
watching it.
miniseries.
Yeah.
And she had this ongoing sort of ritual with Mel Smith in their offices.
Oh yeah.
she worked the floor beneath him. Her
Oh
office,
yeah. All right.
her office was directly beneath
I
his
wonder where you were
office.
going with that then.
And
Giles.
every morning they would deliver donuts to this wing of the Beeb. And there were only 2 of a particular type of donut that the only people who liked them was my sister and Mel Smith. So whoever got to them first, there was like the raspberry ripple or something like that.
Yeah.
Whoever got to them first took both of them, and the other one had to crawl on their hands and knees to the door of the other person's office and beg for it.
Right.
Please let me have.
So it was
the other
either your
donut."
sister or Mel Smith.
Exactly. Sometimes my Mel Smith would walk into my sister's office, go, "May I please have show mercy and give me the raspberry ripple."
Mel, you want to watch your figure, lad.
Uh,
That's what she should have said.
but what else was he in? I mean, he did Alas, Smith and Jones, of course.
Yeah.
He directed the Mr. Bean movie.
Yes,
the
of course.
first Mr.
I
Bean
forgot
movie.
about that, yeah.
Princess Bride. I absolutely
Yes, he was in
loved
that.
him in Princess Bride.
Yeah, he's in that.
He looked really scary. And
He was in
then
an
spoke.
episode of Minder.
Really?
Yep. I remember that. Wow.
Wow. Well, God bless you, Will Smith.
Yeah, fantastic.
Peace be with you.
Yes, fantastic.
Movie news. Movie news. Sequels.
Is that where they make a film, then they make another film after it with the same people in it?
Exactly.
Right, okay.
Sometimes. I mean, I've got a list of sequels they're making here, and we got a lot to say about each of them.
Reel them off.
Well, in pertaining to what you just said about starring the same people, Independence Day 2 will not have Will Smith.
Why not?
Don't know.
Can't be bothered.
I don't really care for it myself either.
Yeah.
But I think the president will be back in it,
Right.
which would be strange because he won't be in office anymore.
No.
But yeah, Independence Day 2. Should they?
Oh, well, just make it and we'll see.
Yeah. Jurassic Park 4.
I like Jurassic Park because I like dinosaurs.
I like dinosaurs.
Depends what they go. Because The Lost World was a massive disappointment.
Mm.
The first one was brilliant. The third one was okay. What are they going to do with this
I
one?
have a lot of problem with it because I'm such a fan of dinosaurs. I was like, that's wrong. Looking at every dinosaur, the Dilophosaurus, the one that spat in that fat guy's face.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? That was
the
meant to
fat
be a
guy-
fully grown one. That was 17 feet tall,
Right.
and they never really. We don't know if they spat, but yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
look like that.
The problem was there wasn't anyone around from the, dinosaur times that can remember. They should have just,
I'll
passed it on
fair
down.
dues, do the spinning thing. They did that in the book, but even in the book, they were 17 feet tall.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Which was a bit strange.
So what they're going to do with part 4 then?
I have no
Set
idea.
it in space.
Well, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
But they're being really sort of cagey whether or not this is an actual sequel or a remake.
Remake, they've already, it's pretty fresh in our minds.
Reboot or whatever you
They
want to
don't
call
need
it.
to reboot it. We've seen what
I
happens.
know.
I'm sick of reboots.
What do you think they should remake? What do you think, like, from your 80s childhood, would you like to see done better?
I'll tell you what.
Go on.
The premise for a character that hits the middle ground between James Bond, Indiana Jones.
You're going to say quite a mess, aren't
No,
you?
Harry Potter in a sense. It could be a character, a literary character from from about 90 years ago. He's an action hero. He's young
I'm on the edge of my seat.
and he's in the war times. Biggles. They should make, but do it properly, not with time travel. You could make think of the look of an Indiana Jones film. He's a British guy. He's young. In the First World War, Biggles in the books, he was only 19.
Right.
You hit the sort of middle ground between the three, and you could get a really good ripping action adventure yarn.
Who could you see playing Biggles from day one?
I don't know.
Rupert Grint.
No, but he could play
Ginger!
Ginger. There's a gimmick right there.
Oh, there's an LG in there somewhere.
Bertie could be Harry Potter. Him.
Yeah.
And
So just get the whole cast of Harry Potter back for a
well,
Biggles
you could,
reboot.
but just do a Biggles movie, a proper, authentic Biggles movie in the style of Indiana Jones meets Bond meets Harry Potter. Those three sort of. Obviously, there aren't any magicians in Biggles and stuff like that, but you know what I mean. He's a young British guy, so you've got the Bond bit, you've got the young Harry Potter bit, and you've got the period set piece, which is Indiana Jones. And I would buy the rights to that, and I'd make a big new franchise out of it.
Why not?
Well, Henry Cavill would be a good Biggles, but I'd like to start off.
Well, he's
Biggles
going to do
movie.
Man from Uncle now.
Yeah, like you said.
Yeah.
I'd like to start the new Biggles franchise as a sort of 19 to 20-year-old, and then grow up with him.
Wow.
That was
a much bigger answer than I was expecting.
I haven't got any money, so I can't do it.
I would just say The Last Starfighter.
Right, yeah, go on. Yeah.
That's the movie. Do you remember that?
The Last Starfighter, is that the one with...
The kid who plays a video game and gets recruited into the Galactic Armada.
I don't think I have seen it. What's the one
I want
with...
to say 1984, 1985.
What's the one with the guy out of the Waltons? Oh, it's... he's also in It. What's his name?
I know exactly who you mean, but
Do you know what film I mean?
I think I do. It's a really like space age.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's not The Last Starfighter, then.
No.
I can't think.
And Flight of the Navigator.
Richard Thomas.
Flight of the Navigator.
Great film.
Yeah.
It doesn't need remaking, it's good.
You think?
Yeah, it's good.
I think it's a bit too 80s.
Yeah, but that's what's good about it. You stop it being 80s, it loses all its charm.
But then the kid could, in this version, instead of the kid being from the 70s, he could be from the 80s.
That's where you get your 80s thing.
And then you can, yeah, exactly. Keep a little bit of the 80s, but not too much. And don't make the shit Pee Wee Herman. Though he wasn't played by Pee Wee Herman, he was doing a Pee Wee Herman impersonation.
Yeah.
Just doing that throughout the whole fucking film.
That bit was crap.
Which was weird because that humor was lost on that little kid from the 70s. He had no idea who this guy was pretending to be.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll do something that kids like. I'll be Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah,
who's Pee Wee Herman?
Who's that then?
Jimmy Carter was president last time I was around.
Yeah. I always used to get mixed up between Flight of the Navigator and Explorers. Two very similar sort of films.
I've never seen Explorers as a kid in the cinema.
It's cool.
Awesome film.
It's a cool film.
I love Ethan Hawke at his best.
Yes.
Anyway, more sequels to talk about. They were going to make a Beverly Hills Cop series.
TV series with his kid.
No, right, recently.
Yeah, no, but...
when he was a kid, was it?
No, it was meant to be Axel Foley's son.
Oh, yeah, okay. And they were going to, have Eddie Murphy in the pilot episode or something like that. Well, they decided to scrap that idea and go straight to making Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think of that news?
I think it's a terrible idea.
I haven't even seen 1, 2, or 3. Do you know?
Really?
I've seen bits of them.
No, the first two I like. The first one's great. Beverly Hills Cop 3. There's no swearing in it. It's like a PG-13 or something like that.
Directed by John Landis.
And they took all the fun out of it.
Because the part of the humour with Eddie Murphy is him swearing.
Yeah, but it's not too...
And his delivery.
There's good violence in the other ones as well, and humour, and perverse humour at that. And
so that's greenlit. They're doing 4.
apparently so.
Right, okay.
It's happening.
Okay.
I just...
Go on. I'm interested. What's the next one? Lethal Weapon 6.
No, but you're close. Terminator 5.
Bam, 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 bam.
Arnie has been pushing.
How can he do it? He's old.
Exactly. He's not going to look like he did.
Are they going to do what they did with Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen?
But stretch out the face and look like they've had severe Botox.
Yeah, no, they did something in X-Men Last Stand, didn't they, to make them look younger?
Yeah, and that was just digital stuff.
Right. Can
But
they do
they
that?
looked weird.
Can they do that for a whole film?
I don't know. They should be able to.
Mind you, he's meant to be a robot. They'll probably find a way around it.
Oh,
But- so
this
tell
is the
me-
one we've left in the oven too long, and he's aged a bit too much.
Yeah, well, Christian Bale and Arnold, because technically he was in the last one.
I don't think Christian
the,
Bale was
The
going
image
well.
of him was in the last one.
Yeah,
Which
but he was the
kind of
governor at that time.
Yes, that's true.
He was a politician.
That's true.
It's not the case anymore. Have you seen the trailer for his new one with Stallone?
Set in a prison.
Yeah.
No, but I've heard of it.
Oh God. Anyway.
Well, we'll see.
Which brings me on to Expendables 3. Now, this has been in the news a lot recently.
Harrison Ford's in it. I spoiled it for you. I know that.
Well, why? Do we know why?
Because he's an action hero from them days as well.
Oh, no. But do you know...
Because they sacked Bruce Willis for being lazy.
Be greedy and lazy.
Yeah. You're lazy. Yeah, I am fucking lazy.
Well, apparently he wanted...
Money.
There was 4 days of shooting in Bulgaria.
Right.
He was already getting $3 million for it.
I don't want to do that. That's what he said.
And then he said he wanted $4 million. It's $1 million a day.
Yeah. Well, that's fucking ridiculous.
And apparently Stallone told him to fuck off.
Too right.
Hey, you want $4 million a day? That's a lot.
Yeah, we get
Harrison
Ford for 3.
And he tweeted, he's greedy and lazy.
Greedy, lazy bum.
I know, I'll call Harrison, see what he's going to say. Hey, Harrison, you want to be in?
I can't believe he fucking said yes, though.
Is it,
Yeah, I'll be. What is this film about?
Okay. And I still have $3 million.
Is it because he's getting 3 million?
I
think
don't
it
know.
is.
But, I mean...
Roger Moore should be in it, because he's from the 80s.
Yeah.
He could play...
Get a former Bond in it. That would be brilliant.
Yeah. Well, it'd have to be Dalton, wouldn't it? From the 80s.
Oh,
He could be the villain.
Well, no,
But-
and
Roger Moore.
And
But
Roger Moore.
Stallone and Schwarzenegger and the whole Planet Hollywood people collectively hate Timothy Dalton. They went on the Michael Aspel show and said he's wrong for the part, blah 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 blah. This.
Well,
this,
that was back in the day.
That's back in the day. They might have changed their mind. Yeah.
But I think they collectively hate Bruce Willis now. by the sound of things. And
Brucey baby.
He's a bit of a prick. I've seen him
Yeah.
doing his press conferences for Red 2.
You don't know you're born, right?
Yeah.
You don't know you're born.
Be
Bruce.
nice to the people that fund you, for fuck's sake.
Die Hard 5 was shit.
Yes, it was terrible. Have you seen who's going to be the bad guy in Expendables 3?
No. Give me a clue. Is it an action guy? Oh, Steven Seagal.
The action guy from the 80s, I will give you that.
Steven Seagal.
No, not Steven Seagal.
Action guy. Chuck Norris.
He was in Expendables
Oh,
2
was it?
already.
I haven't seen 1 or 2 yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Action guy from the 80s that hasn't already been in any of them.
Give you a clue. He's also in Machete Kills, the sequel to Machete.
Machete. I don't know. I haven't seen 1.
And he plays the bad guy in Machete Kills as well.
Robert De Niro.
No, the next Machete, the new Machete.
Oh,
You
right.
haven't heard of this? have you?
Machete. No, I haven't heard about
Machete
the
Kills.
I've heard of Machete Kills, but I don't know
Right.
who's in it.
Well, the bad guy in both Machete Kills and Expendables 3 will be Mel Gibson.
Oh! Well, he's from the 80s.
And
Well, you know.
he's really good at being a bad guy. If you see
Right, okay.
seen his...
He's in Machete.
yes. You haven't seen any of Machete Kills?
No, I haven't seen Machete.
The trailer for it's hilarious.
I'll have to watch Machete.
The President of the United States is played by Charlie Sheen.
Oh, cool. Yeah, which is quite good casting.
It's got Antonio Banderas, Cuba Gooding Jr., Lady Gaga.
Good God.
Tons of people are in this film, and it looks hilarious.
Oh.
But yes, that's Expendables 3 and Machete Kills sequel at the same time. Have you heard of a particular film called Sharknado?
Yes. I know. I've heard of it because, somebody got themselves on a big podcast.
Oh yes, I forgot about it.
No, you didn't forget about it.
No, I wasn't. I wanted to talk about Sharknado.
All right, fair enough.
But I mean,
I've seen the trailer for it.
yeah. I'll just cover what you just said.
Okay.
I got on. I wrote a joke for another podcast that I listen to. I'm a big fan of Hollywood Babylon with Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman, and they do a segment every episode called "How Big Is Liam Neeson's Cock?" Because apparently it's the biggest cock in Hollywood, next to Michael Fassbender. Apparently he's a close second. And
Irish.
yeah. And there's a film called Sharknado that's been in the press a lot recently, and it is exactly, the poster for it says, Sharknado, enough said. Because it is just a tornado with sharks in it. I did have the pleasure of watching this film, or watching some of it anyway. I did kind of flick through it.
Right.
It's god awful. It's absolutely terrible.
It was
but
always going to be.
humorous,
Yeah.
definitely humorous. And my Liam Neeson cock joke was, Liam Neeson's cock is so big. How big is it?
How big is it?
His circumcision was performed by Sharknado. That's it. But Kevin Smith laughed at one of my jokes, and it really made my day. I was very happy.
And then you forgot about it. You just said you forgot about it, though. I know you didn't really forget
I
about
did
it.
forget about it.
Oh, right.
I forgot I sent it in. That was a really weird thing. And when I
Right.
listened to the podcast and they closed the
It's
show
mine.
with my joke, I'm
It's
like,
mine.
no way! Yeah. They've already announced Sharknado 2.
Oh, brilliant.
And they put it out to the general public. Give us the tagline, the title. Sharknado 2, such and such.
The next day.
No, this is the title they agreed on in the end. Sharknado 2, the second one.
Brilliant. Brilliant, of course.
And
Because it is the second
this is
one.
from the makers of a film that, if you remember, Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus.
Yeah, brilliant film.
I never saw that one.
No, me
However,
neither.
I did see Sharktopus. And I did enjoy Sharktopus.
Is he a shark and an octopus?
He is. He's both. It's some military genetics
brilliant.
project on. Bless
Right, right, I would have thought
you.
that.
Starring Eric Roberts.
Oh, yeah, Julia Roberts'
And
brother.
Ralph Garman from Hollywood Babylon. as
Oh, he's
well.
in it. Oh,
He's in it. And he has the catchphrase of the whole film. Damn you, Sharktopus! Pretty much. Which is just a classic line.
Well, it is, yeah.
Well, they've announced Sharktopus sequels as well.
Sharktopus 2.
No, it's Sharktopus versus. I think the first one.
Sharknado.
No, that would be great. But Sharktopus. I think-
Versus Batman and
I'm
Superman.
trying to remember. I think the Sharktopus versus Terrarana. Terrarana.
Godzilla.
No, it's half piranha, half pterodactyl.
Oh, that's a brilliant thing to be
Yeah,
half.
and also Sharktopus versus Mermantula.
Right.
That's
How can you
three.
get a whole film out of it?
That's three though. Mermantula.
A merman and a
No,
tarantula.
apparently it's piranha, man, and tarantula. Oh, you are sneezing.
Yeah, a bit of hay fever. Sorry. It all adds to cinematic effect. Do you know what I've heard?
Yeah.
Right. It came to my head before. Now that I've sneezed, I forgot about it. I heard. Right. This is what I heard. I heard. What were we just talking about? Oh yeah.
Sharks.
Oh, I heard something really bad. This is what I heard.
Sharks.
I heard that Universal Studios, and this is where it's been leaked from.
Right.
And this is bad. This is really
I'm
fucking bad. You just don't do it. Okay? I'm building up.
You're
to this.
building this up too
Yeah.
much.
The Universal Studios have put it out there to the usual workforce. We are now taking applications for parts for the crew for the new Jaws reboot.
Ah. Okay.
Don't do it.
Here's to swimming with bow-legged women.
Yeah, just don't do it.
What, are they going to go by the book, or...?
I don't know. If they are going to do it, set it as a period piece again.
Yeah.
And do the book.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the book wasn't really done. You know, there's a lot of things that happened.
Yeah, certain people died in the book that didn't die in the
and
movie.
certain people got fucked.
And yeah, exactly. Richard Dreyfuss's character would have been a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
But nobody would have fucked him in reality.
Come on, you're all gonna die. Bob!
Tiger shark!
Tiger shark. There's no need to go to Brisbane when we got a great white right here.
He's got that fucking laugh.
You're all gonna die. Bob! I am on vacation. Oh, please. Baby steps. Baby steps, please let me see.
This was no boating accident.
Not,
Bob.
And it's not Jack the Ripper.
You can't tell me this girl was killed by falling out of a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Leave Jaws alone.
Leave him alone. Leave him. He's been killed once.
He's been killed like 4 times.
Yeah, Alright, so that brings me to the question. I know it's not on our agenda. If
Shark Week.
If it's going to happen, who would you cast in the parts?
Oh, well.
I don't want it to happen, though. I don't want it. Fuck.
Okay, let's look at Chief Brody. Anybody could play Chief Brody. That's why Roy Scheider played him.
Right.
Because he's a nice anybody sort of character. Yeah. I've never really found him menacing or anything. He's just sort of meh. So, who's meh enough to play? Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, yeah,
He's nice and meh.
Right, the hardest role to cast, other than the shark,
Ryan Gosling
would be Quint.
Yeah, he would be difficult. Yeah, the old guy with some character. Could they pull Sean Connery out of retirement?
He's too old for it. He's 80 odd, isn't he?
So?
He can barely get out of his chair.
Plus, I'm not afraid of a fucking shark.
Plus, he sort of could have been in the role in the first time around.
In the first time around, yeah.
There aren't any people of Robert Shaw's calibre, really.
I mean, aging British.
Well,
Does he have
it
to be
doesn't have to
British?
be. No, it could be American because Quint was an Irish American.
Yeah.
From Boston.
Oh, Liam Neeson.
I suppose it'd have to be, yeah.
Oh, you think that shark's big? Look at this.
Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger boat. I've got a cock bigger than.
Don't worry, we can all swim to safety on my cock.
Yeah. Anyway,
I will find you.
We'll move on.
I will kill you.
Yeah, that's what you'll say to the shark. I will find you for 10. I will kill you for 30. No, so forget it.
For that, you have the head, the tail, the whole thing.
And my cock.
And my cock. Did you hear about this? It's I guess movie related. Al Pacino is making a movie.
Alfred Pacino, I call it.
Yes. He's making a movie about being a retired rock star.
Right.
Don't know anything else about the film except its premise. And he, for practice or to get some stock footage or something, went on stage last week with the band Chicago in Hollywood.
Okay.
And sang a few songs with them. Very interesting footage. They seem to have his mic turned off the whole time.
All right.
But can you imagine
how would that have been?
how that would be? I'm trying to think of a Chicago song. Oh, baby, please don't go.
Yeah, that's how it was. Switch that off.
If you leave me now, you take away the biggest part of me. Ooh, wow. Baby, please don't go. But they actually turned his mic off, and
that's fair enough.
he seemed to. He looked like an old man, completely lost, and not knowing what to read at a karaoke bar. I felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was just saying stuff he saw. Oh, guitar, keyboards, audience, lights.
yeah.
Oh, ooh-ah.
Ooh-ah.
That's about it.
People with backstage passes everywhere.
Oh.
I can't do an impression of him.
Come on now.
What?
You got a great ass. I always remember that line from Heat. His eyes get really wide. She's got a great ass.
She
I'm
did
probably
as well.
hurting the ears of our listeners. Well, that sounded a bit like Chewie.
Yeah, it was.
Let's go on to Focus on the Force then.
That's why I did that.
Have you heard of all the people that are rumored to be cast into these next fucking films?
I've heard that Ian McDermott will be coming back, right, as the ghost version of the Emperor, because the dark side of the Force have learned how to get the ghosts.
Let me guess, they're a little red instead of blue.
Probably.
Luminous beams are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've heard today.
Really, today? I have not heard that one yet.
Well, I have.
Sounds fucking ridiculous.
No, because the Jedi, because they've worked out how to do it, and he is.
But who's around for him to look at him?
Eh?
Who's around to look at him? What bad guys are...
They'll get a Sith.
Look at the Sith. They'll dig one out from somewhere. Darth Maul will be sewn back together.
There was one.
They did do that in the cartoon. They put metal legs on Darth Maul and brought him back. It was quite kick-ass.
That's cool.
He was the only cool thing about the prequels.
Yeah. He was.
Well, episode 1 anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been saying Ryan Gosling and Zac Efron have been in talks to play Luke's son, which puts exclamation marks.
Who's his mum?
Well, yeah, and he's Jedi. Shouldn't be fucking anybody. That was Anakin's downfall.
Right, yeah, he's not allowed to have sex.
He shouldn't.
Why isn't he not allowed to have sex?
Well, no Jedi does. That's why Anakin got all possessive and I'm gonna go to the dark side.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, because on the dark side you're allowed to have sex. Well, that's it then. The Sith's going to happen because a lot of Jedis
Luke
want to have
can't
sex.
go to the dark side.
No. There's another Jedi, and he wanted to have sex, and he just went bad because he wasn't allowed. That's the plot to the new film.
What always bothered me about the Star Wars, they always say the chosen one will bring balance to the Force, this, that, and the other. Was that Luke or was it Darth?
Don't know.
And if balance to the Force means like getting rid of all the other side, that's not balance. That's weighing heavily onto the good side.
Yeah.
Isn't it? That always bothered me.
Okay, yeah. I think that
even as a kid, that really bothered me.
Mr. Lucas didn't think that one through.
But one person we'll be glad to have back, who has confirmed he's coming back to the Star Wars universe. Oh, we already know about Harrison. I can't wait to be. What was his name?
Han Solo.
Han Solo.
He'll be back and turn the ship around. I don't like it. It's not a planet. It's inside of a big thing.
Chewie gone gray. John Williams is coming back, of course, to Solo. You can't have Star Wars without John Williams. He's as integral as, I was going to say Lucas, but fuck him. He's not integral anymore.
He's got a baby to worry about.
I always thought the best Star Wars movies were the ones not directed by him.
Yeah.
Empire, Jedi. I like the first Star Wars movie, fair dues. You got lucky with that one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Empire is...
Part 2 and 3 at their moments, I did like them.
Yeah.
The first one, I always kind of liked, and I rewatched it recently, and I realised it's just shit.
Yeah, it's practically a stage performance.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
There's nothing real in it. It looks like a cartoon. The special effects are terrible.
Yeah.
It was a bad... And the good thing about the original Star Wars films is that they had a lot of real sets on there.
Mm.
And it just gives you that extra realness.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well, have you heard any more Star Wars stuff? I mean...
Only the McDermott stuff.
Ian McDermott stuff. How about James Bond? Anything new in the Bond universe?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Anything you'd like to talk about Bond?
Not really, no. It's quiet. There's it's quiet.
Well, how about we talk about another action hero instead? You've been to see Alpha Papa.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I haven't seen this yet.
Alan Partridge, yeah. Alan Partridge's first big screen film. Alan, if you remember, a couple of podcasts ago, was good enough to come on and introduce the show for
That
us.
was kind of him.
And he, well, there was a lot of internet fanboy concern. Is this going to be any good? Because some of the mid-morning matters, which were good, weren't as good. It was different main writer actually from the Two Partridge series. The Two Partridge series is still the best Partridge.
They've just put them on Netflix. I've been watching a few.
They're all on YouTube as well.
I just watched the Dan episode quite recently.
Dan! Well, those two series are flawless in my opinion. It's a very different Alan we get in the film. He's still the same. He's still Alan, but he's not as pathetic as he was. He's a little bit more
cocksure.
Cocksure. He's sort of got his life going. He's got a job. His life's going.
A radio.
Blah blah blah. He's okay.
Norfolk Digital.
One of the things that Britain does, right, when they have a big TV comedy series that's very popular. The first time this happened was on the buses.
Okay.
And the reason I know about this is because Hammer bought the rights to it because it was the biggest thing on TV at the time in the early 70s. They bought the rights relatively cheaply, made an hour and a half film. It's good for what it is, and they made a fuck ton at the box office in the UK. They out-grossed Diamonds Are Forever and The French Connection. It was the biggest film in the UK of the year in 1971. So everyone started doing it then, and then every British TV sitcom had a film version of it. And what normally happens is they go on holiday. That's something that always happens with blah blah blah. This one, no, it's still business as usual. He's still a lowly radio DJ. Blah 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 blah. And I won't go into it too much. All I'm going to say is it is great. It's quotable. It's funny. Everyone was laughing in the cinema. He's a slightly different Partridge to the one we know from the series and from the original Day to Day and stuff like that, etc. But there we go. It works. So
good.
Well done.
I'm eager to see it. The trailer, the newest trailer itself, I laughed out loud. You are the face of this siege. I am Siege.
I'm Siege Face. Oh, there he was again. Yeah, it's good. There's a lot of laughs. Absolutely. Cows don't have hymens. They just have an open cervix.
That was soft rock and cocaine enthusiast Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. So yeah, he triumphs, and actually, there's one point in the film, I won't give too much away, where Alan, for the first time ever, didn't think about himself.
Oh wow, there had to be a moment like that in
and
a
it
big
was
movie.
And it was a very Hollywood moment. Let's put it that way.
Oh dear.
And then you actually sort of like you watch, as a Partridge fan, you watch Partridge and you look at him and you go, "You dick, you're a wanker." That's what you do. And there's the one time only, when you go, "Oh, good old Alan. He's all right." There you go. It's a triumph. Watch it.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
We'll go right into superhero news now. Now there's quite a lot to talk about.
Superheroes. We've got 22 minutes in.
Really? Is that it? 22 minutes?
To go.
Oh, to go. Right, okay. The San Diego Comic-Con happened quite recently, and it always made me sad. I used to live in San Diego, and I never fucking went. And
why? Because you had work that day, or you're in school?
Either I just didn't fucking know about it. I wasn't geeky enough to. In fact, there was one time
when you weren't a geek. I can't remember.
There was a time when I wasn't a geek. I with a group of my friends, we went to go see the Foo Fighters playing one weekend in San Diego, in the town, and great little club. Actually, I met Dave Grohl that night. Yeah. In Belu's. Very awkward.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Very strange moment. It was a small, tiny club. It was when the Foo Fighters' first album came out.
Yeah.
And we tried to find a hotel room. There was about 7 of us all to stay in one dingy little hotel room. We eventually found a tiny little place because every hotel was taken up by the San Diego Comic-Con.
Right, okay.
And every hotel was filled with geeks. And I was like, oh, I had no idea this was on.
Yeah.
And since I've left San Diego, of course, it's become a world international
I thought you lived in Palm Springs.
I lived in Palm Springs for 7 years,
right.
And I lived in San Diego before that, and after that I moved back to San Diego for a year.
Sort of like a San Diego sandwich.
Yeah,
with Palm Springs as the filling.
I moved to where it was convenient for me.
What, Planet Voice?
Yeah, eventually it became Planet Voice, strangely enough. Well, the Comic-Con was full of fun surprises, all sorts of stuff. I'll announcing all the new films coming out in the next 2 years. A few people stole the show, like Tom Hiddleston. You know Tom Hiddleston? Played Loki.
Yeah.
He came out, they were going to show footage of the next Thor movie, and then the entire hall went black. And one spotlight appeared, and there was Tom Hiddleston dressed as Loki in full character, saying, "People of Earth," and all this stuff. "Bow before me, say my name, Loki!" They're all screaming.
Doing his best.
He was loving it. He was like just sucking up the adulation, and told them, "Behold the next Thor film, which I am in."
23 seconds in is my first appearance.
And yeah, it looks great. It looks like a fun film. Do you know the actor Bryan Cranston?
No.
He's in Breaking Bad at the moment, the series.
Never seen it.
He was in.
Sorry, everybody.
He was in the remake of Total Recall.
I've seen that.
He was Cohagen in the remake.
Can't even remember this remake.
Malcolm in the Middle. Did you ever watch that? He was the dad in Malcolm.
Yes,
in the Middle.
I know him.
Yes.
Yeah, I know him. Now I know who you're talking about.
Very serious guy in Breaking Bad. Bloody hilarious guy in real life. He walked around no celebrity can walk the floor at Comic-Con.
Why not?
Because they'll get mobbed by geeks.
Yeah.
Matt Smith from Doctor Who, he walked around the floor dressed as Bart Simpson, putting on a terrible American accent, and pissing off a few Doctor Who fans. "Doctor Who, what's that? Never heard of that," with a Bart Simpson mask over his head. "Oh, shut up! You don't know what's good." And he was pissing off a lot of people.
You don't know Doctor Who.
Bryan Cranston, however,
Americans don't like Doctor Who, do they?
oh, they love it.
Do they?
Oh, fucking massive over there. Yeah. They were waiting the same as we were on that to find out who the next Doctor Who was.
Did you see the internet?
I wasn't.
Did you see the internet footage of other kids' faces? This girl goes when Peter Capaldi came out. Peter Capaldi. She went, "What? Ah, he's old. He's thin. He's ugly. No more. I hate it. Horrible."
No. See, I'm not a Whovian. I've seen one episode.
I'm not, but I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Yeah, why everybody's on.
So I good. I'm glad it's gone to an older guy because the first Doctor Who was old.
And I did like him in the thick of it. And
yeah.
Fuckity bye.
Pass me that fucking sonic screwdriver. Cunt.
Fuckity bye.
Yeah. So yeah, okay, on the floor.
Well, yeah, Bryan Cranston, he put on a rubber mask of his character from Breaking Bad, and it had a skinhead, glasses, and a goatee. He doesn't have a goatee, glasses, or a skinhead right now. So he put that on and wore his costume from Breaking Bad, and walked the floor. And people were having their picture taken with him, going, "Gosh, you even sound like him." Things like that. And he never took the mask off until he had to actually go to his panel where people were waiting, and he was sitting in the audience, and everybody was going, "Where's Brian? Where's Brian?" And he eventually stood up, walked up stage, took the mask off, and then it was him.
Everyone went, "Oh shit!" And
he did the whole panel with his head sitting in front of him, which was a bit creepy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But he totally stole the show. But lots of surprises. Spider-Man 2, we gotta see some footage of that.
Yeah, Electro and Rhino.
Yeah. We haven't actually seen what Rhino looks like yet, but
I've only seen it in a suit that obviously will have the CGI.
Yeah, exactly.
There'll be some sort of mechanical suit.
But I mean, Jamie Foxx's Electro looks pretty scary.
Yeah, it looks nothing like the Electro from the comic books, which is just as well because it looks silly with that mask.
With that mask, yeah. They did update it in the comics.
Oh, right, okay.
And just made him a big... He just looks blue.
I'm going on the original Spider-Man comic, then, you know.
But yeah, no, he looks great. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, is that the one?
Going up.
Is that the one with that sort of cat thing?
Yes, a raccoon.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Squirrel.
They had the whole cast of that, which was really strange because Benicio del Toro came up and joined them.
Oh, no, Big Ben.
And he is playing a character called the Collector, which, strangely enough, I know absolutely nothing about in the comics.
That is strange.
But apparently he's quite a big character.
Okay.
And he hadn't done a day's shoot yet. He hadn't done any shooting. He just got cast and then jumped on stage. A few of them have been filming. I'm trying to think with the guy Lee Pace. Do you know him?
No.
He's in The Hobbit. He's one of the elves in the next Hobbit film. And
Okay.
a few other things. He's playing Ronan the Accuser, who is a big intergalactic alien.
And he accuses people of
He
things.
accuses people and serves judgment.
You
and so
stole
forth.
my bloody porridge.
Who?
No, I didn't. I don't even like porridge.
I didn't watch the last Doctor Who series, but the girl who was Doctor Who's companion in that
Right.
little ginger thing, she appeared.
I
on
know the one you
panel.
mean, the Scottish one.
Yes.
Cute ass.
She appeared on the panel because she's in Guardians of the Galaxy now.
Does
as
she
well.
play the raccoon?
No.
Who's playing the raccoon?
Well, somebody shouted the character that she's playing, and somebody said, "Isn't she bald?" And she said, "Yes," and took her wig off.
Yes,
And
I've seen that. Now.
That was weird because she was sitting right next to Merle from Walking Dead. I can never something Hooker.
T.J. Hooker.
No, John Lee Hooker. He
Right.
was in Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker, thank you, not Hooker. I'm sorry. He's in it as well, and they're both bald and just sitting next to each other, smiling and with their heads
Fair
bumped
enough.
together. But I'm glad he's in it because I really do like him, especially his work in Walking Dead. He was excellent.
Rooker. Yeah, he's good.
Michael Rooker. How did I forget that? For fuck's sake.
I didn't.
Something wrong with me. X-Men.
X-Men.
The X-Men. Everybody came to their panel to see Hugh Jackman talk about the new Wolverine film.
Yeah.
And while he was there, Bryan Singer, the director, came out on stage with her. And then a few more friends came out on stage with him. The entire cast of the original 3 X-Men movies, pretty much. And the entire cast of
First Class.
First Class as well. So you had a lot of Hollywood fodder all on one stage all at the same time. And a couple of new people playing new characters for this next X-Men Days of Futures Past movie.
Okay.
Wow, where to start? We had both Magnetos and both Professor X's on stage at the same time, which was really strange.
Yeah.
And it was pretty apparent that Ian McKellen fancied the fuck out of Michael Fassbender.
Trying to get hold of his Willie.
Yes, exactly.
Ooh, is that your Willie?
I'm glad California's finally relaxed its gay marriage laws.
Yes.
Michael?
Does anyone know where George Takei lives? I want to go
He's
around and
spoken
see
for.
him. Oh, yeah, he has a life partner, doesn't he?
Oh, yes, we have got married now. They've
Ah.
relaxed the laws of California. Oh, my.
Well, they get married. Oh, that's nice.
God bless them. But it's, there's a few new cast members in it. Peter Dinklage, who's he plays the dwarf in Game of Thrones.
I know, he's got like big bushy eyebrows, you know.
Yeah, he was an elf as well.
Yeah.
And but a great actor, he's amazing in Game of Thrones. He will be playing Bolivar Trask, who is a mutant-hating geneticist, and
he makes the big robots.
he makes the Sentinels, indeed.
Yes, that's how I know that, because I know the actor because I did read it somewhere.
And there's one of the kids from Kick-Ass will be playing Quicksilver, Magneto's son, which is really strange because Quicksilver is also going to be in the next Avengers film, and apparently different actor.
Oh, I don't like that.
They're not going to have the same people because Fox do X-Men.
Can't they just
Disney own the rest of Marvel?
Can't they just sort of like waive it?
Why not? I mean,
As an actor,
just get the same.
they haven't got the rights on the actor, have they?
Yeah, I think they should just be nice.
Can you think of any examples of films where there's been a film that's been made, right? Okay, it's a film made and there's an actor or actress plays a character, yeah? And then there's another film made, completely unrelated to that film, but they play the same character in that film.
Yes.
Go on then.
But I can't think of it right now. I know it's happened.
Yeah, I know, I'm trying to think. I think it's...
The Freshman. Marlon Brando. He played Corleone, Don Corleone, in the first Godfather movie,
Right.
and he played almost the exact same character in The Freshman. That they mentioned that the character from the Godfather movies was based on this man.
Right. Okay. So it's not the same.
But he is the exact
Yeah,
same
yeah.
character. He does the
Okay.
voice and everything.
Okay.
God, Alfredo.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it doesn't matter. I digress.
But there's that, and we have a very, very large black man named Omar.
Sharif,
Not that, playing Bishop, who's a
a religious
he's a really cool mutant from X-Men, who basically, if you hit him, he can hit you back even harder. He absorbs energy.
That's not a mutant. I know some people that pretty much everyone. If I hit them, they'll hit me back harder. So that's not a mutant. Sorry.
But yeah, it looked good. They asked each of them if you were to play any mutant that wasn't already your character, who would you play? And Hugh Jackman said, "Well, I've always wanted to play Wolverine." Considering this is his 7th time he's played the character.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's been in every X-Man film.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
knew he'd be in.
Have you seen pictures of him for this new one? He's got grey flecks in his hair now
No, I
and
haven't.
everything. They've given him the sort of Reed Richards Fantastic Four
Oh, why not?
grey streaks.
Why not?
I do have the comic that this is based on, and on the cover of it you see Wolverine with grey streaks in his hair.
Right,
So,
okay.
that
Fair
makes sense. But yeah, it looks like we've got absolutely everybody in. A few of them are Oscar winners now and everything, like Jennifer Lawrence
Yeah,
and everything. She's back as Mystique.
yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And when they asked her, what mutant would you want to be? She's all, well, I'm Mystique. I can be anybody I fucking want to be.
Good answer.
Very good
Good
answer.
answer.
Of course, Ian McKellen said, I'd grow wings and be Angel. And Patrick Stewart's Patrick Stewart's answer was fantastic. It was,
Captain Kirk.
I'd like to play any of the female characters because I believe it's the only way I will ever get an Oscar.
That's fair enough.
I want to be Emma Frost.
Emma Frost. She got.
Jean
She
Grey.
got. I'm actually doing an impression of Ian McKellen. I've never tried it before. I don't think I'll try it again.
Don't bother.
I'm not going to, boy.
They've announced the title of the next Avengers movie.
I know it. It's called Avengers: Spirit of Ultron.
The Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron.
Ultron.
Which is what?
He's a big robot.
Right.
Right. That basically wants to destroy all living life.
Is
on
it the
planet.
big robot from Pacific Rim?
No. Have you seen that?
No.
I have.
It's meant to be Ace.
It's Ace.
Oh, cool.
We'll talk about that in a bit. But we're running out of time. Yeah, Ultron. I don't know how they're going to do this because they're not introducing the character in the comics that created Ultron. They're
Right.
not introducing him into the movies. His name is Hank Pym, also known as Giant Man.
Right.
He was also called Ant-Man. So they might, because Edgar Wright apparently is going to make an Ant-Man movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know where it's going to fit in, but they said that Hank Pym won't be in
Right.
Avengers 2.
Okay. They probably want to save him
So-
for.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, he's not that big a character. He should have been in the first one, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Captain America 2, Winter Soldier, yeah, it's still going. They showed some footage of that, which looks fantastic.
Good. Good.
Basically, Captain America saying, fuck you to S.H.I.E.L.D., which is the...
Oh, he's not going to be in it anymore.
Well, S.H.I.E.L.D. will be in it, and Nick Fury's in it, Sam Jackson
Yeah,
and all that, but it's basically him going off on his own
Right.
to whatever.
Right the wrongs.
There'll be a lot more flashbacks from World War II as well,
Okay,
things
yeah.
like that. But the big news that was dropped at Comic-Con, the absolute best news that I've been waiting pretty much my whole life to hear.
Yeah.
The Superman Batman movie is coming out 2015.
The same year as Star Wars 7.
Yes,
Ooh.
and Avengers 2.
Oh.
But the way it was presented was fantastic. Zack Snyder, the director of Man of Steel, comes out
Man of Steel.
the last bit of the Warner Brothers panel. Just announces we're making Man of Steel 2, everybody goes apeshit crazy. Thank you. We can't tell you anything about the plot, but we can give you the general gist of where we're going with this film. And he brought out the actor who played the general in Man of Steel. Have you seen Man of Steel yet, by the way?
Yes, I've seen it.
Did you enjoy it?
I did, yes.
Me too.
I did like it.
I loved it. Though I do have problems with the amount of people that were killed in Metropolis at the end of that.
Well, a lot of people died.
I hope Batman calls him out on that.
Yeah, you killed loads of
You
people.
do realize how many people you killed. Stay the fuck out of Gotham.
Yeah.
But they bring out an actor who played the general in the last Man of Steel film because he had a better voice. And he read a line from The Dark Knight Returns, which is pretty much the most badass Batman story ever written by Frank Miller, who did Sin City and 300 and all that.
Yeah.
And he reads the line, "I want you to remember this day, Clark. I want you to remember, with my hands around your throat, who killed you. Who beat you."
Yeah.
And then everything goes black, and the picture behind them, you see the Superman symbol, and then the bat symbol flies up right behind it.
Yeah.
And I had goosebumps.
And everyone had sort of like stuff come out their willy and stuff.
If I was there, I probably would have shagged the person who's closest to me. Let's celebrate!
Have you heard the latest news on that though?
Oh, which latest news? There's thousands of fake things going on.
This could be really fake.
Yeah.
But they've offered Bale 40 million to appear as Batman.
That is wrong, because it was 50 million.
Oh, 50 million.
But that's dubious, that story, because the Sun came up with it. And apparently it was based on a conversation some author of some book who was writing a book about Batman had with somebody who works for Legendary Films, which the Dark Knight movies were made, and Man of Steel, that he could easily make 50 million if he did the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
And that book came out last week or on the weekend.
And
Sun read that,
pulled it from that.
and threw it. Yeah, it's not justified, that news.
It was on
I checked it out
on Empire Online as well.
Yeah, I checked that on IMDb today, and I reckon that's where it came from.
Bullshit.
But if I don't want him back.
No.
He's had his run.
Right.
Yeah, give somebody else the shot. But I mean, at first they announced they wanted to cast it quite young, like a 25-year-old Bruce Wayne, who's been in the game for about 3-4 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And they put up a picture of one guy. He's from, I don't know his name. He's from the Teen Wolf TV series. He's not the main character on it.
Right.
But he looked good. He looked broody and dark
Batman.
enough to be Batman. He had a nice chin.
Yeah, you need a good
You
chin.
need a good chin. But saying that about good chins, I say Carl Urban. He'd be awesome as Batman.
He's already
But they're saying he's too old. Maybe he's too old. But they are considering him. Apparently, Warner Brothers recently talked to, was it Jeffrey Dean Morgan? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Who was in Watchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the comedian in the
Yeah.
Watchmen. So he's already worked with Zack Snyder. That makes sense.
Quite old.
But he's quite old. He's he's in his 40s.
Yeah.
But I don't think it really matters to
No.
them right now. If
Well,
Batman's older than Superman, fine. If he's the same age, fine.
Fine.
It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter.
But I don't know. Who was your favorite Batman?
My favourite Batman.
Yeah, of all the Batmans.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Yeah, a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
I personally don't like a 5'4" Batman, but that's fine.
You like what?
He was short ass.
Oh, yeah,
I thought he was a great Bruce Wayne,
Yeah.
but very fucking short to be
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah, they did some camera tricks.
Yeah, he stood on a box.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I hired short people in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson, not a tall man.
Yeah. Jerry Hall though, she had to go on her knees.
Yeah, Jerry Hall had to get on the knees.
She
That wouldn't be
got
the first time.
Yeah, I fed you that line.
Danny DeVito.
Denny Deverton. Yeah, exactly.
But not
Packed.
see. They did make one movie of this with this Batman, and it was released in cinemas in America. I don't know if it was released over here. It was an animated film called Mask of the Phantasm.
I think it was released.
Was it released in cinemas over here?
I know I don't have a cinema, but I've seen.
With Mark Hamill as Joker.
That's right. Yeah.
And Kevin Conroy as Batman. When I read a Batman comic,
Yeah.
I hear Kevin Conroy's voice in my head.
Right.
And though you can't cast him as Batman, he's a skinny, lanky old man.
Yeah.
By his voice, he is Batman to me. The animated series is my Batman.
Right. That's fair enough.
And no, he's got huge shoulders. He's just massive, and
Yeah.
he's just cool.
That's fair enough.
But so far, yeah, Christian Bale didn't nail it for me.
Right.
But yeah, Batman, Superman. I can't wait.
They're awesome.
That is the best news I've had in years. They also announced they're going to make a Flash movie. And a TV
It's
series.
3 seconds long.
And a TV series. Oh, we're running over time. We might as well end, because, I mean, I've got lots of recently seen stuff. What have you seen recently?
I've seen Alpha Papa. I've seen Man of Steel. I've seen The Conjuring. I saw that on a preview in London.
Yeah, was that good?
Yeah, it was good actually.
Yeah.
In that sort of genre. Yeah, it's better than I thought it was going to be, because I thought it was going to be some awful, like Insidious. But it's really well done. Set in the early 70s. Sort of like The Exorcist meets Poltergeist. But
based on a true story, they
yeah,
say.
of course it is. Yeah,
Inspired by true
yeah,
events.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, it's good.
I've seen the Wolverine.
I haven't seen it.
It was good. Much better than the last Wolverine movie.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Which was fucking god awful, but this was much better, and it gave a lovely little teaser at the end for the next X-Men movie.
What
Days of
happens?
Futures Past. Wolverine is at an airport about to walk through the metal detectors,
Right.
and says, "All up for a pat down. We got a pat down here." Instead of going through the metal detectors, then everything starts going all metally and shaky and everything, and he turns around, and there's Magneto. Got all his powers back from that last X-Men movie.
How did he get his powers back?
Well, they were sort of coming back at the end of the last X-Men
Oh, right, yeah,
movie,
'cause it moved
with the
it,
chest
yeah.
piece and all
Yeah.
that. Well, they're all in swing. He comes coming at him with the claws. He just stops him. Magneto stops him in midair. And then Wolverine notices all the people have stopped moving as well. And then darting in and out through all these people in the airport comes
Nightcrawler.
Professor X
Oh, right.
on his little wheelchair. What's his name? Patrick Stewart's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
And he's like, "How? I said you weren't the only one with powers, Wolverine." And there's all these adverts on the tellies in the background for Trask Industries and Sentinels and all that stuff.
Right.
So,
And that's what it did.
I've seen This Is the End. Not The World's End. I still really want to see that.
I haven't seen
that.
it.
But This Is the End, the American version of the same concept of the
Right.
apocalypse
Okay.
and everything. Very
Right,
funny.
I see.
Extremely crass.
Right.
But very funny. Seth Rogen. I'm trying to remember everybody's names in these bloody films. James Franco.
Right. Yeah.
All the guys from Pineapple Express and Superbad.
The
they're
big fat
all
guy
in
and
it.
stuff.
Rihanna's in it. She dies in the first 10 minutes. It's fucking hilarious.
Right. Cool.
But you see a lot of famous people you've seen in a lot of movies
Yeah.
die in really horrible ways.
I want to see that.
Jonah
one.
Hill gets personally fucked by Satan in it. It's
All
hilarious.
right.
And Channing Tatum has a great cameo in it.
Yeah.
Magic Mike himself.
One to watch.
I've seen Oblivion with Tom Cruise.
Is it a good film?
It's all right.
Right.
A bit of a stolen concept from other sci-fi movies
Yeah.
here and there, and Hollywooded it up a
Oh,
bit.
right. Yeah.
But Morgan Freeman's quite good in it as well.
Okay.
Trance. Danny
Oh,
Boyle's
yeah,
new one.
Danny Boyle's
Great
film.
film.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. You can only watch it once. It's a bit of a whodunit mystery type
Right.
thing, and once you
Okay.
find out, no point in ever watching it again.
That's fair
but
enough.
it's a good film. It's
Yeah.
worth the watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. If you're a geek, watch the new animated DC movie Justice League Flashpoint Paradox. The ending of it made me cry, and it's a Batman. As a Batman fan, all Batman fans must see this film. You will shed a tear. It
So-
is brilliant.
On that note, on the note of Giles crying at watching a cartoon that wasn't Bambi, We bid you farewell.
I don't mind if you cry at a Batman movie. That's fine.
You're bloody Jesse. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night.